Hello, all of you YouTube maniacs, and Happy New Year. Although I believe I had already said that to you guys in one of my previous videos. And today we're going to do a FrogPondFinds episode. I haven't posted any of these in some time, and I have quite a few things to show you. Although, not as much as I would like, but there is some quality over quantity going on here. And I do have a few stories to tell you, so get some snacks, sit in. This one might take a while. In any case, I have a few things to show, and like I said, a few stories to tell. I am going to start with, well, let me see here. I have a few things off camera, and okay, I guess I'll start with these since, no, maybe I'll start with this. A while back, my sister had talked to a friend at her work, and they were talking about some NES games. Didn't know what he had, didn't know what he wanted. Eventually we ended up getting 4 of them, and the games were, well, if you, I'm not sure which side this will end up on. Either that side or that side. But yeah, there'll be a picture there, and it'll show you what I already ended up trading away or selling. But suffice to say, there was Renegade for the NES, Bad Dudes for the NES, Are You a Bad Enough Dude to Save the President? And Tetris 2, those were the NES carts, and I had picked up two Xbox games. One of them was Prince of Persia, and the other was Dark Watch. I had picked those up at my local thrift store, Salvation Army, and I got those for $2 a piece. No, actually, Dark Watch I got for $2 a piece, and I got Prince of Persia at Habitat for Humanity. Yes, Habitat for Humanity does carry video games and things like that, but it's very hit or miss. There was one time that I went in there, and I ended up getting full first season of Ranma 1/2. Actually, it might have been even more than that. Ranma 1/2, a Naruto movie, Naruto Shippuden movie, and I also got Howl's Moving Castle. All of them were sealed. They were brand new, and I only paid, I think it was like 25 cents a piece, maybe $1 a piece. But yeah, that was a really nice find. But getting back to the story at hand, and I had mentioned all of those items that I had going on already. I ended up keeping one of the games, and this is the game that I kept. Hopefully there's no glare on that, but as you can see, that's Bubble Bobble. And as a child, I really enjoyed this game. So did my sister. So there's that. That's one of the first things that we had picked up in my recent travels looking for video games. I guess I will do these games next, or these items. My friend Casey, he has been letting me dig around in his basement, and yes, he has quite a few things down there. And I ended up with a bunch of games and stuff from said basement, and one of the best games out of the whole lot would have been this, Mega Man X5, but unfortunately I just have the manual. I'm still waiting on the disc. I guess we'll see on that. And the manual's in decent shape, although the back is a little water damaged. Don't know if you can see that. I have a case for Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships 2008. This was a really good game if you've never played it. I own that, but it's just the case and the manual. There is no game inside. Have a Game Gear title. Don't know if you can see that. It is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And the best game out of all of it, although I also have Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. That's in the bedroom, and I forgot to grab that one. I apologize. This is Mega Man Extreme 2. Yeah, and I know a lot of people that collect exclusively Capcom and Mega Man titles. So that's a really nice find. Now that was from Casey's house. Now, we have traveled all over this great area of ours, and we went to Mount Pleasant a while ago, and I managed to go to a couple of thrift stores. And I don't know if Andrew Capriati, I think that's the way that his last name is pronounced, but I guess he hunts Mount Pleasant. And I might have caught you slipping on this one, man. I went to the Salvation Army, and as he knows, that place is very expensive on their video games, but I got particularly lucky that day. I went to the children's book section, and I found this. I don't know if anybody would be interested in this, but I know that my boy Neil, he bought, it was a Mario version of this from me a while ago. But I have a local comic shop or card shop here, and I might take this up there to a guy who's basically building a shrine to Legend of Zelda. See what he give me for it. And just to be clear, that is Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, as you can see. And it's got, in the center, color art. I believe this is a choose-your-own-adventure style book. It's a very pretty book. And it's in decent shape. There's a little tear in the cover here. But yeah, I got that. I believe that was 29 cents. And at the same thrift store, this is the Salvation Army in Mount Pleasant. I got Contra, Shattered Soldier. And the disc is in decent shape. It's a little scratched, but it's playware scratches. It's a blue disc also. That was kind of a red flag. But that doesn't matter all that much. And there's the inside if you want to see. I paid $2 for that. And moving along, I got, let's see, I'm not going to do today's pickups, but I will do yesterday's. So we'll do that now. And I'm sure many of you are wondering, if you watch this channel, why I haven't released any toy pickups videos in a while. Well, the reason is it's just a matter of time and finding items to show you guys and that sort of thing, so that's why I haven't released any recently. But I've decided that I'm probably going to start putting my toy pickups back into my video game pickups videos, so it's all just together in one nice little package. Unless I find a lot of the same toy, in which case, kind of like the Ghostbusters video I did, I will do a video exclusively on that. Now, I have 3 things here that I found. Oh, before I forget, at the same thrift store that I mentioned for Contra Shattered Soldier and Legend of Zelda, I ended up picking up this guy. And with the new Resident Evil, Independence Day movie coming out, look at that, very pretty. This was a really nice find. No little alien inside, but I'm still happy to have it. I collect creatures and monsters and things like that. And I already have the Science Officer alien, and I also have the red one. I can't remember what he is classified as, but I know he's really rare. He's actually still in the package. But this one I think was the basic alien. I got it for 99 cents. And the story with that is I found it on the shelf in the toy section. Didn't have a price on it. So I went to the area where the employees go into the back to price items, and I asked this lady, it was like, well, can you price him for me? I'd like to buy him. She took him into the back. I waited a few minutes. It probably wasn't even that, maybe 2 minutes. And she brought it back, and it was 99 cents, and I grabbed him. So, now, moving along to more toy pickups. I mean, I don't have a lot, although there is a very large bag of toys somewhere in the house right now that are for sale, but they're on eBay. Now, I got this, and I am pretty sure that this is going to remind a lot of people of a certain YouTuber. Yeah, I remember when these came out, they were all over the place at the time, and now they're a little scarce to find. They're selling upwards of $10 on eBay. And it really makes me wonder if the reason that these things are selling is because of Pat the Nest Punk. So I don't know if Pat will ever see this, but watching your videos is very fun, and seeing Frank possessed this in one of the Halloween episodes of yours. It was quite funny. But yeah, finding that was really fun. I waited weeks before I finally bought this, though. I waited for Purple Tag Day and got it for half off. It was inside of a bag, so I got it for 75 cents. And this guy, he comes from, well, it's like the precursor to Rescue Heroes for Fisher-Price. 1974 is where he comes from. He's a fireman. Fireman rescue team or something. And he's pretty worn out. His neck, see how it's fallen forward. Otherwise, the joints are really tight, other than the neck. It's really strange. And these were in the same, well, that and this other figure I'm about to show you were in the same bag. The firefighter and this figure. Now, I don't know if any of you recognize that, but if you're a toy person and you are about as old as I am, or a little older, you will recognize this character. That's Leia from Star Wars. And she is in her Hoth gear. And I recognized her almost immediately. She is an original. She is not one that was reprinted from the 90s. Her joints are all really tight, except, weirdly, her legs just sort of dangle there, as you can see. But if you move them forward, it tightens up real quick. So I don't know what that's about. Well played with, I guess, but otherwise in decent shape. I was happy to find that, but I don't collect Star Wars figures. So I don't know where she's going to end up. And finally, now I think I understand why a lot of people like to do editing on their videos. It's for the sake of your voice. Finally, today I went out with my sister. She took me to a thrift shop called Needful Items, not to be confused with Needful Things. And I picked up a couple of games, and I also hit up the pawn shop that I've talked about so many times. And I'll show you the games that I got from Needful Items first. We have Top Gun Hard Lock, or Hard Locked. Yeah, Hard Lock. And it is in there, it is complete, and it is in nice shape. I got it for, as you can see, $3.50. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I got that. And I also picked up the Merc with the Mouth Deadpool. I got it for $3.50 as well. It is complete, but the disc is got a slight scratch in the outer ring of the disc. I don't know if that means that it'll work. It should work, since Blu-ray discs are pretty resilient. But yeah, I paid $7 and I think 42 cents for both of those. And you know, if you know anything about game hunting, you know that those games are worth a bit of money. And the last thing that I got for today was, and once again, if you've been watching this channel, you know that I've had this game before, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. The box itself is a little rough, but the manual is in there, so is the game. As you can see, it is not the player's choice version, so I was happy about that. And I will be keeping this because when I got some stuff out of Casey's basement, I also ended up with this. And if anyone can tell me what this came out of, that would be greatly appreciated. I believe it might have been a collector's edition or something like that of Twilight Princess for the Wii, but I have no idea where it came from otherwise. But it is nice to have that and the game. And I think that's about it for this pickup video, guys. I will talk to you later, and thank you for watching. Oh, and I will probably be adding a few more things to my little gift package that I'll be sending out to someone who wins my 100 subscriber contest. That's still open, but it's only going to be open until January 10th. So get your entries in. Remember, you have to like, you have to be subscribed, you have to like the post or the video that is on, and you also have to comment. If you don't comment, it won't count as an entry, and you have to like the video as well. And well, if nobody else enters, you got a better chance of winning, so get your entries in today. Alright, I'll see you guys later.